Hi, my name is Jacinta Parsons. I am the co-host of The Breakfast Show on ABC Radio Melbourne, and I'm here at my old high school, Blackburn High. There was a number of favourite trick teachers throughout my schooling life, but there is one that absolutely has stood out for me for my entire life. Her name is Meg Stewart, Mrs. Stewart, as we knew her back in the day, and she taught me English literature. What stood out was, I think, lovely things like values and the way that she embedded her teaching with who she was and how she was able to hear us and make us feel like we were important and that our thinking was important.
My memories of you are very, very strong, and you really are the woman who was that girl.
Oh.
You were an absolute treasure to have there, Jacinta, and you still are really wonderful, full of fun. My beacon of intelligence, hope and love, really, you still are.
I can't do this. It's so beautiful. There was a particular book that she introduced to us, I think in Year 11, called Tiralira by the River by an Australian author, Jessica Anderson. She read that book to us and shared her life with us. And at the end of that book, she cried, and so did we. Like, it was truly a moment of learning from someone that was prepared to be there with you in whatever she was, at that time. And she was outstanding for that. You taught us with such a degree, as you are right now, of the kindness and the consideration for where we were at that space in our lives. There was such a love in what you taught because you loved what you taught. There was a real sense of your teaching for me as a young person to feel empowered as a young woman. And it's amazing how that can happen in a classroom, and that, as I've gone on, I've thought about you so much in how much you believed in me.
And I did believe in you. I really did believe in all of you, that each of you would find a path in life. And through all that literature that we looked at, we discover so much about ourselves. And I just want you to have the most wonderful life. Your children and your partner are some of the luckiest people on earth. You're a very, very wonderful human being.
That is just so, it's probably exactly the example of what you are. And it brings me to tears because I feel like you have really seen me since I was young. And I just want to say thank you so much for what you gave me as a person and the confidence of who I am. And I think you really saw me, and I've always been enormously grateful to have been seen by you and to be emboldened to be who I am. And so I want to say thank you so much for your teaching.